Hi, my name is Jade. Don't really have a solid reason why we're filming this in my bed. I just kind of just wanted to like sit in bed and be comfortable instead of like sitting on the floor because this is going to be more of a talking heavy video. Yes. Oops. We are actually going to be discussing things that keep me from literally going insane. What inspired this video is I was on Instagram this morning. Like, those pages, like YouTube commentary channels, certain pages that kind of have that same vibe on Instagram, I guess. I don't know, they'll just be explaining like a picture or a video or something or whatever. I just saw like this picture of a dopamine site. And what a dopamine site is, if you don't know, because I think this is relatively a new thing. I think it's really popular right now in South Korea. It's starting to inch its way over to the States. It's the last thing we need. A dopamine site is basically just a website um where I think you literally just pretend to buy things. Like you put things in a cart, you don't actually spend money. You just put a bunch of shit in the cart, check out, you fake watch it get like delivered to the destination, which is your house. It's supposed to generate dopamine, happiness off the feeling of like buying something, even though you're not actually buying something. Like these sites genuinely make no sense to me. Where is the dopamine? Filling up your cart? That's supposed to be like, no, I don't get dopamine from that anymore. I'm not 15. Like I get dopamine from seeing the package at my front door. And I don't get it. I don't get it. But basically that's what the site is. You fake buy stuff. And not to mention, the website's completely AI generated. So it's like, how could we get any more? Genuinely, what do you mean? As much as we're evolving, as a society, we are like devolving at the same time. I can't grasp the concept of something like that existing. This might be the cherry on fucking top because I'm already like the insane like ending part of my luteal phase where I just want to like genuinely kind of commit arson. Like I'm just kidding, I don't want to commit, but like you know what? I need to make a video today talking about shit that is healthy. In a way, I guess. Just sharing literally what I do to keep from like my fucking head exploding. And the first point is journaling more often to keep my thoughts organized. This is my planner and this is my journal. 95% of my life has been lived in here. 95 is generous. I'd say 98.9. It's in here. It's in here. There's nothing wrong with being in your head, but for me personally, like it is an issue sometimes and I need to find balance. I try to find balance by journaling. I think it does aid in finding that balance. It is a habit that you genuinely have to build. I do like to see my thoughts written out on paper. Also nice because like eventually one day I'll be able to look back and be like, wow, when I'm like healed. And then a planner. We used to get planners when I was in elementary school to like keep track of our homework and everything. And girl, did I ever use it? No, I did not. I literally just got a planner for the first time again this year. I want to organize a little more. And my boyfriend uses one every day. I was like, you know what? That kind of looks like that's smart. It also helps you like not forget what you have to do in a day. And if you do forget, you've written it down. So you can just go back into the planner and be like, oh, that's what I wanted to do today. Creating instead of consuming, but consuming things that fuel my creativity. So we've all heard this a lot lately. It's so easy to consume and not even know that you're consuming. A lot of things these days on the internet are designed to either one, make you pissed off or just get money from you. It's kind of scary when you realize how much control you really don't have over consumption. And the goal has really just been to create, whether that's like drawing, painting, cooking, whatever it is in any form, just create and let it come organically. Don't, like go online and be like, 5 things to do when I'm bored. Versus when I am consuming, I like to try to consume things that I know are good for me and that I know inspire me. Obviously, it's nice to, have a break and scroll on TikTok and Reels and like laugh, but the overconsumption, not great. When I try to sit down and read first thing in the morning, I'm not gonna lie, like I've kind of been slacking. Consistency is something that like I really truly do struggle with. But the first step is acknowledging, right? I love to like sit and just watch YouTube videos that are kind of in my niche realm. One of my favorite things to feel is inspired. I don't want to say motivated because motivation is one, fleeting, two, not even really real. I like to listen to jazz music in the background while I'm either doing school or like researching or cooking or cleaning. There's a channel on YouTube called Cat Noir Lounge. It's like the cafe, study, relaxing, nighttime jazz. I love to have them in the background when I'm cooking. Like, I feel like I lock in genuinely. Like, I can focus so well with those. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's better to me than having music with actual lyrics because I am weird and will attach emotional meaning. I don't know if emotional meaning is the right term, but just like meaning to literally anything. And if I hear a certain lyric in a certain song, I might like dive a little too deep into that and start to overthink. And that's where it gets like, okay, unenjoyable. So if I could just have some ambiance music where I don't have to think. Limiting extra stimulation early in the morning. This has been vital for me, and what I mean by that, because I literally just said I'll put jazz music on in the background if it's too quiet, is every morning I go for a walk, and I either bring my AirPods or I don't. Most days, recently, I've been enjoying no AirPods because that music and extra noise, literally just extra stimulation, and most of the time, it's because I don't want to face something. So if I just get rid of that extra stimulation and I'm forced to listen to my thoughts, I feel a lot better sometimes. I can go for a walk and just listen to the sounds of the birds and just like be a human. Next is staying hydrated. Being hydrated for me eliminates all of my brain fog. Sometimes is like genuinely so debilitating. Like if I have a lot of brain fog, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to think about anything. I just want to lay down. So I try to stay hydrated. Making sure I get enough sunlight and sleep. This is so vital. Like I just said, I go on walks when it's probably the hottest during the day. I also live in a place where sunlight is basically year round. It's actually so interesting because I'm originally from up north and it's cold majority of the time up there, obviously. And I moved to Florida about 3 years ago. I never knew how like crucial sun was. Like I went outside. I've always been a walking person. I love to go outside. There just was not enough sunlight. I was really depressed. So I had to take vitamin D. And I still actually do take vitamin D supplements sometimes, just because, like, why not have extra? I don't feel like it hurts. I've done so much of the growing that I've done since I moved here because I get so much sunlight, if that makes sense. And then sleep. Last night I actually slept like shit, so like this is funny. I try to make sure I get good sleep. I go to bed early. I wake up relatively early because yeah, if I don't get great sleep, cancel the day because it's not gonna work. Okay, treating self-care as a form of therapy. To do skincare and makeup and hair, paint my nails. The moment that I can afford to get laser, I'm getting fucking laser every goddamn day because I hate shaving. That is the one self-care where it's like, but at the same time, the process of me shaving or doing my hair, doing my makeup, doing my nails, very like quiet almost. And it's a little bit like therapeutic and meditative in a way. And I try to treat, all of my self care rituals as that. Let me just be focused on painting my nails. And my nails are done, and I'm like, wow. When you're so busy, you don't even have time to overthink. Cooking, which is self indulgent because I just love to cook. Last night I made white chicken chili. It was amazing, let me tell you that. And I love to make like my own homemade stuff. It can be kind of expensive sometimes, but the product is usually always pretty worth it. I love to cook. Working out, yoga, and stretching. A couple weeks ago, I actually curated a gym routine from Monday through Thursday because it's usually when I'm at the gym. I don't play about a list. I really don't. I made it so like I'll show you. Tuesday, I have upper body and abs, and I like did like a back, shoulders, arms, and then abs, and then I do like a couple workouts for each category, and I kind of have that for like every day. It keeps things like organized for me because sometimes I walk in the gym, I'll run on the treadmill for 15 minutes, I'll hit a couple ab workouts and call it good, and I'm like, I feel like I'm just wasting my time, and it just makes it easy. I try to stretch a lot more because I feel like if I'm in my prime right now, if I lose mobility this early on, I just have a desire to be flexible, so we run the last one. Okay, bird watching. I won't take any criticism. This is a grandma trait. I love bird watching and I love like bird listening. I recently went back to my hometown and I went to go stay with my grandparents, and in their backyard they have like 3 bird feeders set up, and every morning I would go out there with an apple, sit on the porch and like watch the birds go from feeder to feeder, and it was actually like very meditative, therapeutic. It was great. Bird watching's underrated, and I think we need to get into it. I know, promise, it works. Not, I said I wasn't directing people. I'm directing people with this one. Birdwatch. That's pretty much it. Things I do to keep myself sane in a time where dopamine websites exist. What the fuck? But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm no better than literally anybody else. Like, I will probably get done filming this and go scroll. I'm just kidding, but I don't like to be unrealistic. Consistency is key when you're trying to do the right things to detox, so that's all I can really say. Stay off of dopamine websites. Bye.